did a bunch of different things. Didn't hit any home runs today. Again, we talk about being dynamic with the wind howling in today. I mean, there's very few people that can cut the wind. I mean, obviously Hunter Goodman, which is why we intentionally walk him every time. But we got to win different ways. So we stole some bases. We moved some guys over, bunted, able to put some pressure on them. And we obviously played much better defense today. Hunter and Billy were great those last 4 innings, putting up zeros, which we needed. Kept Litchfield out of the game, save him for tomorrow. So, again, just really, really proud of the offense, defense, and again, those last 2 bullpen guys were awesome. So, we gotta come out tomorrow and bring that energy, So, proud. I mean, again, Colton Gordon just crushing in the dugout, just loudest guy in there. So, but we need to bring that energy tomorrow. We need to be hungry and, again, play to the standard and go out tomorrow. And hopefully Jackie gives us a repeat start from last week and just go out there and try to win pitches and, give us a chance to win the game.
Coach, I wanted to ask about 2 guys in particular. Andrew Breit seemed like he was doing a lot of good things, both defensively and offensively, as well as Nick Romano. Seemed like he did some good things offensively as well after missing the last couple of series. What did it mean to have those 2 guys come in and make the impact like they did this game?
Well, Andrew's just a great third baseman. So we had some huge double plays today. Made some. He makes that one backhand double play that was huge. It got us out of the inning, and I believe it was the guy before Goodman. So it made Hunter lead off the next inning. So it's huge defensively over there. And then he's been great offensively for us. I've been booting him all over the lineup. He was one of our hottest guys coming into the ECU series and did a great job moving up to the 3-hole. And again, just trying to do some different things now and get us ready for the end of the year. So obviously Rowe has been, just struggled out of the gate after the injury and just couldn't get a rhythm and, just trying to get him in there more and trying to see if we can kind of get him back to where he was in the fall. And so just today was more just forcing myself to put him in the lineup and get him some at-bats and, try to get him back into rhythm as much as I possibly can, give some guys some breaks and obviously these 4-game weekends and stuff. So just trying to maneuver some things around, give some guys a breather and get him in the lineup and, try to get him going. So, those 2 guys were great. Rowe gets a big walk and then a 2 RBI double. So it was huge. I'm sure he felt good about it. And, again, it's been a tough go since the injury for him. So I'm happy. And he's, again, he's been one of those guys that shows up every day in the dugout and is competing and helping and cheering. So it's good to see a guy like that get rewarded, with a big base hit and a walk.
Coach, what did you think? Go ahead, Brett. I just was going to ask, what did you think about AJ Jones's start? Were you hoping he could go a little bit longer, or was 4 innings what you expected?
No, we were hoping for longer. I was hoping for him to go 8 innings if we could. We replay the South Florida game. So just didn't feel like the off-speed stuff where the command of the fastball was there. Just talking to Josh and, trying to go in, he's going away, trying to go away, he's going in, like the command, and obviously the off-speed, the changeup, which obviously is his best pitch, I didn't think was on today. So again, we've been trusting the bullpen, and I think early in the year really kicked myself for letting some guys with longer leash and it ended up biting us. So just been kind of trying to get out an inning earlier instead of an inning late, and trust the guys in the bullpen. And obviously the bullpen's been great the last few weeks. Haven't been as good the last 2 days, which has hurt us. But again, we talked about everybody stepping up, like those guys, AJ, Kenny, like Duff and Jack. They all got to step up and go out there and be more consistent. We got to get more consistent starting pitching. And obviously the bullpen's got to do a better job than they did yesterday. And obviously Billy and Hunter did a great job today. So just need the more consistency. We have the ability and the stuff, and obviously again, it sucks without Colton because that guy just sets the tone for the entire weekend. And pitching on Friday is always harder, or pitching game 1 is always harder, because you just as much as you watch video and all that kind of stuff, you don't really understand how to pitch guys until you're there and you can see it and you can watch how your guys are pitching to them and their swings in person. Like, it's just different. So that Friday night guy, he goes in a little bit more blind than everybody else. After you get through the lineup 2 or 3 times, you're like, okay, well, this is this is how we need to be able to pitch him. This is what works and this is what doesn't work. And so having a guy on Friday night that doesn't need that, they can just go out and dominate and give you a chance to win the game without needing that information is huge. So we don't have that. So, we got to be able to manage innings and do all that. And again, I thought all three starters this weekend so far have managed the game and really not allowed it to get out of hand and put up really big crooked numbers. But, we just have had success getting to the bullpen earlier and using those guys. And it obviously didn't work yesterday, but but we need everyone to be more consistent. We need guys to get deeper in the games and try to save the bullpen as much as we can by giving us a great start, just like Jack did last week. I mean, we needed it bad last weekend, and Jack's rose to the occasion. So we obviously need it again tomorrow, but we're going to need more of those type of outings out of all four guys.
You talked about the importance of not going in blind. Billy McKay came in today after his performance yesterday. What was the difference between last night's performance and today's performance as far as he's concerned and for the whole team?
Well, I mean, there's no free bases. I mean, you don't hit guys and walk guys. Makes it a lot easier to pitch. I mean, you can manage giving up 1 or 2 hits in an inning if there's that's the only base runners that you put on. But if you're hitting guys and walking guys, and now all of a sudden those 2 hits are now 4 or 5 base runners, and now the pressure ramps up and whatnot. So, but I mean, Billy's been great. I mean, he has that true reliever mentality where you got to have short memories and you got to be able to come out the next day and understand. And so, again, I thought it was a good learning experience for Bestby today. He didn't pitch well yesterday. And again, he pitched a lot better tonight, but I thought he got a little. I thought he let last night kind of creep into tonight when things didn't go as great, and instead of just trusting that he's been our best reliever other than Litchfield all year, and just go out there and last night happened, like forget about it. Like the situation that he put himself in today is nothing different that he's pitched out of all year and done a great job. But I thought he didn't do a good job of kind of forgetting about yesterday and trusting all the other. I mean, 19 good outings that he's had minus the one. Like, don't forget about the 19 and just remember the one. That's something that, again, as a younger guy, that's something that he got to get better at and he'll learn. But he's been so good for us that he's got to remember all those good outings that he's had. That's been huge for our bullpen, and then go out there and just have that confidence in himself to do it again. So, we'll have some conversations this week about that, and just get him back to where he needs to be. But obviously Billy just coming in throwing strikes, and he's got such tough stuff to hit. But you're going to give up hits when you're not a strikeout guy. You're going to give up ground balls, and they're going to find holes. How do you manage that? Just don't put free bases on there. Don't walk and hit guys, and then those C&I singles or those ground balls that find holes, like, they don't hurt you. So he did a much better job of that tonight.
The game was pretty close in the first half of the game. You were tied twice, 2-2 and 5-5, but once the second half of the game kind of came on, that's when you guys started to pull away. Did you see any changes between the first half and the second half?
No, I mean, I just think we just kept putting pressure, getting more deeper into their bullpen. And again, when you're relentless like that offensively, man, like, the opposing team at some point just says, like, dude, I can't handle this. You know what I mean? Like, this is just constant pressure that you're putting on. And again, you get the bigger hit, and all of a sudden, then once you can kind of get the lead, it's like, holy cow, like, we kept them at bay, but the dam broke. You know what I mean? And I think that's just kind of what we were. It was like, we just kept pressing. It's just like a boxer, just, you don't get the knockout in the first inning, but you just wear them down, and you get the knockout later in the round. So just thought that's what we did. We just kept putting pressure on, they answered back. Again, you talk about the momentum and being able to answer when guys score, they get all this momentum. They think, all right, we got it. We tied the game, and then boom, we just punch them right back. And it's like, there's only so many times you can do that where you're just like, man, like, every time I throw a punch, like, they throw two. Like, it's really, really difficult. And again, that's the relentless and the dynamic aspect that we're looking for. So I just thought the offense was really clicking. And again, it wasn't the home runs. It wasn't like we were crushing balls all over the field every at bat, man. We were just doing different things, sack flies, moving guys, bunting, putting pressure on them, forcing them to make plays, obviously taking our walks. So, I mean, we just did a lot of good things, and just, again, we just applied pressure from the first pitch on. And again, I just think at the end of the game, the dam just broke, and we were able to break through and really put them away.
The finale tomorrow at noon. I know Jack's getting the ball. What do you want to see out of him?
I mean, I need a repeat performance of last week and again, not by results, but just by the process and attacking the zone and not being afraid and trusting his stuff and, making good pitches. I mean, I think if we execute pitches, you got a chance to do really, really well. And so we need him to do that and go out and, hopefully has the confidence last week of knowing the success that he had against a really, really good team and then just carrying that over to tomorrow.
Trent Taylor came off the bench today for his first appearance since April 17th, and he managed to turn that into 2 hits and 2 runs, one of which, of course, was that bunt single. What did you think of his performance tonight?
I thought it was awesome. He's been working really, really hard. We've had a couple meetings in the last week just trying to get him to utilize his skill set better. And I thought he did a great job. I mean, he's the fastest guy on our team. He's a great bunter. So he's able to utilize that bunt and puts down a perfect one. And then again, utilizes his speed. Sometimes he gets a little bit too big and I feel like he has like an identity problem. Like he thinks that, he's Jordan Rathbone or Ben McCabe where he's trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. And that's not his skill set. And I think he puts himself into some bad holes and bad situations by just over swinging. And so we really worked on just trying to put the ball in play, trying to use the middle of the field and trying to use his speed. And so he gets a little bit out in front of a changeup, but he's not trying to yank it out of the ballpark. He's trying to stay up the middle. He catches a little early, hits a ground ball in the 6 hole, and he's safe by 2 steps because he's able to utilize his speed. And so just trying to get him to understand the skill set and the identity that he needs to have. I really thought he bought in the last couple of weeks of doing that. And then that's what happens when you're able to really utilize your skill set and buy in. And so it was good to see him do that. I was really happy for him and proud of him. And hopefully he can continue to do that.
Coach, obviously you talked about the offense, put a lot of runs on the board tonight. But how did you feel you guys did defensively, especially coming after that game too?
No, I mean, I thought we did better. We made plays. I mean, and again, we had a couple of huge double plays. We get the play in the first with the runner at second. Jostin stays on the bag and does a good job. And again, Breit makes that huge backhand double play to end the inning, which was big time. But again, we played catch when we needed to. We caught the ball when we needed to. Just again things. And again, yesterday we made 2 unbelievable catches in the outfield. Rathbone takes down, about knocked over the wall in right field, and Jeffrey makes that huge catch in right center field on the little fence, which is dangerous. And he does a great job of not being scared. Both those guys just not scared of the wall and just putting their bodies on the line to make the out. So those guys did a great job. But again, the infield play and the pitchers, like we just took care of the baseball. Just made routine plays, which we talked a lot about last night and this morning in our meetings and stuff. Is you got to be able to make. They're called routine plays for a reason. We got to make them. So I thought we did a much better job of doing that. When you do that, and you're not giving away more free bases. You're able to manage innings a whole lot easier and keep crooked numbers off the board. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.